Okay, so I hope you're now in your safe place, okay, where you are now studying together with your parents and or your brother and sister. How are you today? I do hope, okay, you're all working with your studies and all of your important matters in studying. Okay, so by the way, to start this session for us, welcome students to our Italy program of Department of Education, Philippines. Okay, this is an online tutorial for you, our students, especially. I will be teaching or I have been teaching the subject reading and writing skills in senior high school. Okay, so by the way, this is your reading and writing skills for senior high school. We are now in our quarter four, week four, determining textual evidence. Okay, I'm your tutor again. Welcome to my session and my lesson. Okay, this is your reading and writing skills for senior high school, 4:40 to 5:20 p.m. Your tutor Jazz, welcome students, welcome parents, and to those my co-teachers over there. Okay, na nanonood po sa ating ngayon ng ating Itulay program. Live po tayo sa ating FB page, ang ating DepEd EdTech Unit, DepEd Philippines, DepEd tayo, DepEd EdTech Unit ng ating YouTube at saka DepEd TV. Congratulations for making this far. Okay, so andito na tayo sa fourth quarter. Thank you so much to all directors of this program, the ATLI program of the Department of Education. Thank you so much. All right. So last week, we're done with the previous lessons we had. All right. So we discussed about the lesson one. We discussed about lesson one, the assertions, followed by lesson two, counterclaims. Okay. So, but before that one, may have the attention from everybody who are watching right now in our audience. Christina Agsonod, and we have also Mary Grace Hippertor. We have also Ferrari Yong. We have also Lani Frivaldo and Elena Bora watching from Kalmay National High School and also Lani from Erosen Central School. Ferrari Yong ng DepEd San Isidro Isabela. Hello po sa ating lahat. And to those who are watching right now, comment lang po sa ating comment box para po ma-recognize po ang ating mga pangalan and also in our school where we are studying right now. Okay? And then i-shout out natin silang lahat kung sino po yung gusto nating i-shout out. Alright? So, while you have there in our discussion, may I remind you to be participative in our discussion this afternoon. Hi, Elena Bora. Okay, sige. So, to continue, let's start with the objectives this afternoon. The learners are expected to, number one, gather textual evidence in support of an assertion about a text. Number two is make inferences using the given details. Number three is use textual evidence to formulate claims and counterclaims. And formulate claims and counterclaims. So that's it. That would be our objectives this afternoon. All right, let's continue with our discussion. By the way, this module is composed of the lesson. This is determining textual evidences. Hi, Elmer. Watch out. Okay. Watch po kay Ludi Terry Manalo. Okay. Shout out daw kay Ludi Terry Manalo. Taga saan ba si Ludi? Okay, Elmer. So, tingnan natin, be participative, everyone, to those who are watching right now in our discussion for reading and writing skills. Good luck and God bless us all. All right, so let's start. Let's get the ball rolling. For directions, choose the letter of the best answer. Write the chosen letter on a separate sheet of paper. All right. So I do hope you have your modules right now. You have your paper and you have your pen. Okay. So senior high school, are you ready? All right. So let's start the game or lesson. For number one, identify the statement whether it is true or false. Becoming a good critical reader means that you are able to logically evaluate the claims of the writer. A. True. B. False. What is your answer? You write down your answers in our comment box so that I shall read it if your answer is correct. Write down, jot down below in our comment box. Tingnan po natin kung ano ang tamang sagot nito for number Nani, Ferrari. We have also Mary Grace and Christina. And to all of you who are there, what is your answer for number one? Okay, so let's start. Let's reveal the answer. The correct answer is letter A. True. All right, to those who got it right, Annabelle, do you boy? Very good. Yes, you got the correct answer. All right, number two. Number two is evaluates. An evaluation should have an evaluative statement that uses evaluative language. What is your answer? Is number two A, true, B, false? All right, jot down below in our comment box so that we will reveal in a minute in a second or seconds, no, the answer for this question. What is your answer? All right, hello, Garben, Zinaida Area from Batangas City. Hello, I do hope you're in a good and safe place. All right. So, what is your answer for number two, Zinaida? Golda, true. And according to Annabelle, this is true. How about Zinaida? Okay. Mag-comment lang po, mag-comment lang sa ating comment box, no? Sino yung shout-out natin. And then be participative in our discussion para makita natin, masundan ko kayo sa inyong inyong tutorial, no? All right, the correct answer is letter A. True. Okay, next, number three. Evaluative statements can be formulated in two ways, such as formulating assertions and formulating meaningful counterclaims. Number letter A, true. Letter B, false. What is your answer for number three? Okay, your time starts now. I will count five, four, three, two, one. Okay, Golda. Your answer is A. What about Zinaida? A pa rin. All right, so let us see. Is your answer correct? All right, so the correct answer is letter A. Very good. True. I do hope, no, nag-study kayo sa ating mga lessons, no, yung past lessons natin. All right, so congratulations. You got the correct answer. Number four, let's have it away. Counterclaims are claims made to A. Rebut new claim. B. Rebut a specific claim. C. Rebut a previous claim. And D. Rebut an unknown claim. Okay? Choose the letter of the best answer. Hooray sa ating mga nanonood ngayon. Welcome po sa ating ETLive program ng ating reading and writing skills for senior high school. What is your answer for number four? Let's have from Annabelle, Golda, Zinaida. Who else? Elmer, where are you? All right, so please jot down below and please you write your and JV Garcia. Hello. Hello, JV. All right, so thank you so much. According to your answers is we have letter A, letter C, letter B. Okay, iba-iba yung answers natin. But the correct answer is, is it, okay, is it letter A, B, or C, or D? Letter C is the correct answer. This is rebut previous claims. So meaning counterclaims is you just rebutting the first claim. Okay, so that is all about counterclaim. Right. Okay, congratulations. Better luck. And next time we have our number 5 question. To rebut means A, to contradict someone's statement through a formal argument. B, to argue with someone's point of view about an issue. C, to affirm someone's statement even if it is wrong. D, to oppose someone's statement in a contest. Your time starts now. Okay, 5, 4, 3. Ang magkamali ay kakanta. Joke. Okay, 2. Okay, what is your answer for number 5? 2. Tan na. One! Okay, nakahabol pa si Annabelle de Guhe at saka si Rosel. According to them, their answer is B, and according to Golda, it's letter A. So let's try to see sino pa ang hahabol dyan. Tingnan natin kung tama ba yung mga sagot. Alright, I think meron na nakakuha ng tamang sagot. It's letter A is the correct answer. To rebut means to contradict someone's statement through a formal argument. Hi, Elena Bora. Hello. Okay, andito na si Elena. Tingnan natin ha. Congratulations, Zinaida. You got it right. Okay, so this is for number 6. Counterclaims are opposite of. A, it's very simple. Counterclaims are opposite of A, stand, B, evidence, C, reason, D, claims. Go, go, go! Write down below your answers to this question. You write your answers. Okay, write capital letter of the correct answer. Let's try to see. Zinaida is letter D. What about the others? Okay, who else? Who have their good idea on this? Okay, counterclaims are opposite of, okay, according to Annabelle, it's letter B. Okay, shall we now reveal the correct answer? According to Golda, it's letter D. I think meron na nakakuhang answer. The correct answer is letter D. Okay, nakuha nyo nga. Guess what I've said? You have your clue there. Opposite meaning baligtad, okay, ng ating counterclaims. So meaning the answer would be claims. Okay, at this point in time, what I know about the topic that we're going to discuss. Okay, this is from our module, no? Thank you so much to all the writers of our modules, no? Especially in the Calabarzon area, okay, international. Okay, thank you so much for sa ating mga writers. Okay, identify the words that best describe the following statements. Choose the answer from the selection. You may write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Okay, so let's try to answer this one. Okay. It is stated clearly and in detail, leaving no room for confusion or doubt. Okay, number 2. It means implied or indirect. It means implied or indirect. Okay, so go, go, go. What is your answer for this question? Okay, let's reveal the correct answer. Then you have your choices, by the way. A, we have explicit or implicit. Is it explicit or implicit? Go, go, go! What is your answer for number 1? And number 2, lagyan nyo ng number so that para malaman natin kung tama ba ang inyong mga sagot. Okay, tingnan natin nga. Okay, from Elena, Golda, Annabelle, Zinaida, Elmer. Okay, ano ang tamang sagot natin dyan for number 1 and 2? Is it explicit or implicit? Zinaida, according to Zinaida, okay, number 1 is explicit. And number 2 is implicit. Tingnan natin, ano pa mga answers dyan? Okay, ano ang mga sagot ninyo? Okay, for number 1, we have, let's reveal explicit. Very good, Zinaida. You got the correct answer. Okay, what about number 2? Okay, what is your answer? The correct answer, so wala namang iba dyan. So the correct answer for number 2 is Implicit. Very good, students. You got the correct answers for number one and two. Okay, let's proceed now to number three and four. Okay, have a nice try, Elena. So number three and four, Pili, textual evidence or inference. Number three, it means drawing a conclusion on the basis of circumstantial evidence. Four, it is defined as the details given by the author in order to support his or her claim. Go! What is your answer for that? Is it textual evidence or inference? Right? So, what is your answer? We only have two choices here. What is your answer for number three and number four? Textual evidence or inference? Okay, let's go for number three, Zinaida. Uh-huh. You got the correct answer. Number three is inference. And number four is textual evidence. Very good, Zinaida. And to all of you who are answering right now, very good, Golda. Sino pa ito? Thank you so much, Elena. You got it. You got the correct answer. Bigyan natin sila ng Coca-Cola Club. Hooray! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Shh. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Okay. Nauuhaw ba kayong lahat dyan? Alright? So, ang sarap uminom ng drinks ngayon. Okay? So, iyan. No? Meron kayong tamang sagot. Nakuha. Okay, for number five, this is a statement or series of statements for or against something. A, argument, or we have argument, or implicit. What is your answer? Elena, very good. You got the correct answer. What about number five? What is your answer? No other answer for that because one we're answering, okay, it was correct, no? What about this number five? Okay, Zenaida! Bilis ang bilis naman. Sumagot sa ating mga mag-aaral ngayong hapon. Okay, Lay Marcos. Hi! Okay, you got the correct answer. It's argument. Ayan, active na active ang ating mga participants ngayong hapon. Okay? So, thank you so much. So, that's it, no? What's in? Ano ba ang nilalaman ng ating lesson ngayon? Determining textual evidence. Okay, so I do hope you're now excited not to explore with our lesson for today. To clarify one's position and given counterclaims, you also learned how to formulate evaluative statements. Tama naman, di ba? Okay, as what I discussed no last week, no? Ito 'yon. Reading text should be examined carefully by identifying evidences that support the author's claim, finding evidences that support the claim, and evaluate if it is worthy for sharing. So, meaning to say, class, this is a very purposeful, okay? A thing that is very purposeful because in reading text, we have to consider not only assertions, not only claims, not only counterclaims, but also this. Okay. Reading texts should be examined carefully by identifying evidences. All right. So that's it. Okay, what's new? Identifying evidences is very needed. Okay, that's why we have this support. Okay, while we are writing, no, we are writing opinions, essay. If we are writing persuasive, okay, to persuasive texts, it's very, very important, okay, as a writer or as a reader, all right? So this is okay, the continuation. Okay, directions now. You try to guess the occupation of a person being referred to the following statements by using the given details. Okay, tingnan natin kung tama ba yung makukuhang sagot base sa statement na ibibigay. Handa na ba ang ating lahat? Game na ba kayo? Game na! Okay, game na! Okay, tingnan nga natin kung makatama kayo dito sa ating mga tanong. Okay, number one. People come to me and ask for my prescription. I use a stethoscope to hear heartbeats and other sounds inside the body. Who is this? What is the profession? Okay, tingnan nga natin kung makukuha natin. Elena, Annabelle, Alay Marcos, Golda. We have also, tingnan na natin. Oh, number one daw is doctor. What about number two? People call me whenever their tires are flat. I check their vehicle's radiator and engine so they can travel safely. What is your answer for number two? Number one, okay. Aha! I think nakuha na nila for number one. What about number two? Tingnan na natin kung anong tamang sagot for number one. Number one is a doctor or physician. Very good, students. O, ano man ang bakit ito nagsasabi na doctor? Kasi, titingnan natin dyan, stethoscope. Okay, the word stethoscopes. Prescriptions, di ba? So, sila naman talaga nagbibigay. Sila ang gumagamit. Okay, that's why we have this. Okay, we have this doctor and physician. Thank you nga pala sa ating mga kung ano, doctor and physicians, mga nurses, okay, sa medical fields natin, no, mga forerunners natin na yung mga gumagabay, no, ng mga uh, nagbibigay impormasyon tsaka tumutulong sa mga tao, lalong-lalo na sa ating amidst the COVID-19, no, nagbibigay lunas para sa lahat, no. Thank you so much po sa ating mga doctors, physicians, lalong-lalo na kung sino yung mga taong tumutulong po sa gitna ng pandemyang ito. Okay, so thank you so much. Number two, the correct answer is, meron tayong vehicle, meron tayong tires, meron tayong mga engines. Okay, ano ito? What is your answer? The correct answer is mechanic. Very good. For number two is mechanic, mechanical. Okay? Thank you so much. You got the correct answer. Okay. Dito tayo sa number 3 and number 4. Tingnan natin kung makukuha ninyo ito. I use a harrow and a teller to cultivate soil. Many depend on my harvest for food to eat and to live a healthy life. Number 4, I love to read books and play with children. I teach them how to read and write inside the school. What is your answer, class, for number 3 and number 4? Let's try to see if your answer is correct. Okay, according to Lay Marcus, it's number 3, farmer. According to Zinaida, farmer, yes. Zinaida, yes. Number 4, teacher. All right, is it a teacher? Okay. Ayan, am I a teacher? All right, so let's try to see. Elena. Okay, mahabol sa Elena. Paunahan ito ha, paunahan ito. Okay, number 3 is agriculturist or a farmer. Okay, very good. Nakuha ninyo. What about number 4? I love to read books and play with children. I teach them how to read and write inside the school. The correct answer for number 4 is tan tan tan. Yay! My question. It's a teacher or an educator. I am a teacher, I am a tutor, I am instructor, I am educator. Right? Thank you so much, children. Okay, what about the last number? It is for number 5. I make houses, buildings, and bridges. I use different protractor and compass set, and I calculate things accurately. What is your answer? Go, go, go! Chat down below. And our answer, no, in the comment box. Number 5, according to Lay Marcos, but ang bilis-bilis naman. Ang bilis. Okay, so the correct answer, ano ba? Okay, according to Zinaida, engineer. Okay, engineer yan. Okay, ano pa? Ano pa mga sagot ng iba? Carpenter Golda, right? Kaya naman, di ba? Carpenter, mahalaga din ang carpenter. Okay. Make houses, sila yung gumagawa din, di ba? Okay, tumutulong sa ating mga tagagawa ng ating bahay, tsaka bridges, tsaka houses. Okay, tingnan natin. The correct answer is civil engineer or engineer. Or we have the carpenter, yes. Oh, pwede na yan kasi kung wala ang carpenter, no, tumutulong. Shout out po naman teachers and staff ng Philippine International English School, especially Dr. Antonio A. Kasupang, Miss Rowena Bautista, and Dr. Marivic Tamundong. Thanks much, Teacher Jess. You're great. Hello. Thank you so much. Annabelle, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you, ma'am Annabelle. Doyuhoy. Okay? So, with your constant streaming with our Itulay right now. So it's my pleasure to you, no, to serve you all, no, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's possible, and we made it possible in you, okay? Okay, para po sa ating lahat. Okay, number 5, maraming salamat sa ating mga nanonood, lalo-lalo na sa ating mga student, tsaka parents, tsaka ating mga kasamahang guro dyan. Sa sino pa ang dyan, no, na handa tayong tumulong para sa kanila. Okay, very good. All right, so next is directions. Okay, so read the paragraph and answer the following questions. You may write the answer on separate sheets. Okay, you have your separate sheet there. Okay, so I do hope, no, you are answering with your module right now para masundan ko kayo, tsaka mag-facilitate, tsaka matulungan ko kayo sa lahat ng bagay. Okay. I'll be reading to you the paragraph. Okay. So, okay, this would be the story. This is a short story. Okay. All right. So, I'll be the one to read it. So, storytelling tayo. Okay. Shh. The rain poured and thunder struck. Luis stepped inside the house with a rage of his emotion. He dropped his ball and stomped his feet towards his room. Then shut the door. The mother said, "There are still things you can do inside the house, my dear." But he did not respond. He went to the living room and grabbed his gadget. That ends our story. That is a very, very short story. Did you like the story? All right. So that is a simple story. Okay. Simple story. So that is the story about Luis and his mother at home. Okay. So let's try to see the questions and answer this. Now, question number 1. Why is Luis upset? A, because it is raining. B, because his ball was deflated. C, because he is scared of thunderstorm. D, because the mother forbid. Go, go, go. What is your answer? Go. I know you can do this, children. You can do this, students. Down below your answers in our comments box. Tingnan natin kung tama ba yung mga sagot ng ating question. Question number 1, according to Lay Marcus, it's letter D. Ang bilis talaga ni Lay sa pag-answer. Okay, sino pa? Sino pang sasagot dyan? Go, go, go! Answer lang sa ating chat box. So, titingnan ko kung sinong sumasagot ngayon. Elena Bora. Taga saan ba ito sila Lay Marcus at Elena Bora? Okay? Okay, ito si Sinaida D. Ang answer. Ang kay Elena is A. So, tingnan natin. Bakit ba naging upset si Louise? Okay, so tingnan natin. For letter D, because the mother forbid him to play outside. But the correct answer for this is Marjorie. Hello. Letter letter D, sir. Eh, okay. It's letter A because it is raining. Umuulan. Okay. Maya-maya, masasabi natin, ba siya absent. Okay, umuulan. Ano ba ang gustong gagawin ni Luis? Tingnan natin, ha? Okay, thank you so much, Elena. You got a correct answer. Tingnan natin for number two. What line in the text tells you that Luis is upset that is raining? Tingnan natin. Number one. Letter A. He did not respond. B. The rain poured and the thunder struck. C. He went to the living room and grabbed his gadget. D. Luis saw a step inside the house with a rage of his emotion. What is your answer, students? Jot down below in our comment box. Till hey! What is your answer? According to Zinaida, it's letter B. What about the other? Go, go, go. Answer right now. Dun, 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 dun. What about the others? Okay, have you answer? According to Golda, it's letter D. Okay, the correct answer for number two. Dun, 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 dun. Letter D is the correct answer. Luis stepped inside the house with a rage of emotion, di ba? Or siyang legal, or someone that disappoint, or something, the emotion, di ba? Shh, di ba? Yun, di ba? Si Luis. Ayan, thank you so much. Ang galing ng ating estudyante. What do you think he is planning to do? Okay, is it letter A? He wants to go to school. B. He wants to play basketball. C. He wants to have picnic with his mother. Letter D. He wants to go to the mall. All right, go, go, go. Dun, dun, dun. What is your answer for number three? Sagot na kayo, mga students. Tingnan natin kung tama ba ang inyong mga sagot. What is your answer for number three? What is your answer? According to Sinaida, it's letter B. Dun, dun, dun. What is your answer? Let's reveal the answer. Let's reveal the answer. What is your answer? According to Golda, it's letter B. Is letter B correct? Tingnan natin kung ano ang tamang sagot. Elena, very good. Tama ba ang iyong sagot? Tingnan natin. Tan-tananan. Marjorie, let's letter D. Tan-tananan. For letter D, he wants to go to the mall because he's with his friends. Pero ang tamang sagot nito, it's letter B. He wants to play basketball. Kasi nabasa natin kanina, may bola si Luis. Okay. What about number four? What lines from the text support the idea that he listened to his mother? Is it letter A? Then he shut the door. B. But he did not respond. Letter C. He went to the living room and grabbed his gadget. Letter D. He dropped his ball and stomped his feet towards his room. What is your answer? Go, go, go! Tingnan natin kung ano ang tamang sagot ng ating number 4. What is your answer? Tingnan natin. What lines from the text support the idea that he listened to his mother? Tingnan natin ha for number 4. According to Golda, according to Zenaida, according to Elena, it's letter C. Is letter C. Is letter C is correct. So let's try to see if your answer is correct. The correct answer for number 4 is letter D. Letter D. He dropped his ball and stomped his feet towards his room. Okay, that is the correct answer. Okay, that is for number 4. What about number 5? Okay, gold and gold. What kind of boy was Luis? A. He is impatient. B. He loves playing basketball. C. He loves playing with his gadgets. D. He wants to be alone most of the time. Go lang ng go. What is our answer for number 5? Number 5? Number five. Is letter A is the correct answer? Is letter A is the right answer? Letter B? Letter C? Letter D? What is your answer? What is your answer for number five? Tingnan natin kung tamang sagot ba ni Zinaida, tamang sagot ba ni ating kasamahan, Golda, who else? Who have their answers? Let's try to see. Okay, humahabol si Elena. It's letter A. The correct answer is letter B. He loves playing basketball. Okay, di ba? Sino ba sa inyo naglalaro ng basketball? Okay, masarap sigong maglaro ng basketball, no? But I love gymnastics. So, gymnastics talaga sa akin, no? Kasi ako yung nag-training sa mga bata, yung ating mga gymnasts. Okay, so, but maganda rin yung basketball, no? Ng ating mga laro. Daming mga laro. Okay, andyan. So, ayan ang ating questions, no, ng ating story about Luisa and his mother. Very good. Thank you so much with your participation. So what it is? The words and phrases like deferred, fester like a sore, stink like rotten meat, and sounds like heavy loads are examples of textual evidences you can find in the poem. Okay, this will help you formulate your claim and counterclaim about the author's tone and mode in writing his poem. Okay, so there in your module, you have the poem, right? The example of the poem Harlem. Tingnan nyo dyan. May poem dyan. Basahin nyo. And then those words and phrases na matatagpuan nyo dyan, dito yon, deferred, fester like a sore, stink like rotten meal, and sucks like a heavy loads. These are all, okay, considered as textual evidences. Okay. Textual evidence is defined as the details given by the author in order to support his or her claim. So it reveals the position of the writer and makes the reading more interesting. Evidences are details, okay, that strengthen, add variety or weight to any argument. So without evidences, your claim would not be effective. Okay, so kinakailangan meron tayong mga textual evidences. Ayan. So let's take a look at a paragraph of the sample essay about a poem Harlem. Okay, so I will be reading to you about this paragraph. Harlem by Langstone, Hong gives me a hong. Okay, gives me the feeling or mood of anger and depression. It feels like the idea of deferring dreams is hurtful and maybe even causes one to become resentful before eventually being overcome by anger. I know this because of the prime uses the word foster like a sore, which gives me a feeling of pain. Further, describing the fur dreams as if they were stinked like rotten meat, it is an unpleasant image, giving me the feeling of resentment. Finally, when the poem ends with, or does it explode? Makes me think of person who boils over in anger. So tingnan natin ha, di ba? So nalaman natin kung ano ba mga meanings ng ating mga phrases, meanings ng mga words na andyan sa poem ng Harlem according to Langston. I hope. Okay. Now, here, the author claimed that the poem gives him the feeling of anger and depression. He uses exact words from the poem, foster like a sore. We have stink like a rotten meat. Does it explode, which are directly relevant to his idea of anger and depression. Thus, we can say that the writer's claim in this essay is valid and relevant. Okay. In addition, finding textual evidence on a real text helps you make inferences using concrete evidences on your claim. To support one's claim, you should explicitly cite ideas that support your claim in your writings. Okay? Makikita natin dyan, meron tayong mga inferences. Inferences, meron tayong mga explicit, mga implicit claims. Okay, na-discuss ko na yung implicit at explicit, di ba? Kung sabihin natin implicit is, may implied siya. So, hindi masyado observable yung makikita natin. Pag sinabi natin explicit, makikita talaga natin sa ating text. Okay, any sensual natin na ating makikita. Okay? So, that's the difference between implicit and explicit, no? Claims. Okay, pag sinasabi natin explicit and implicit claims, so those are claims na merong implied, implicit, tsaka meron din explicit na observable talaga. Okay. There are different ways in how you can present textual evidence in your writing. So we can be through paraphrasing. Okay, I know you've been taught with your or you have taught with your teachers, no? Or you've been teaching by your teachers, no? About paraphrasing, restating the text in your own words, no? In your AAPP, di ba? Kung nalaman o makon pa natin, no, ma-recall pa natin, andun yung paraphrasing at summarizing. Summarizing naman is stating in a shorter way. So, magkaiba ang paraphrasing at saka summarizing. Mayroon paraphrasing, restating. Sabihin natin, andun ang thought, but in our construction of our texts, iba kaysa sa original o sino yung gumagawa ng idea. So, summarizing is about being shortening the text from lengthy text. Okay? Through referencing or mentioning specific section text, referencing, and through quoting or directly restating a part of the text. Again, meron tayong paraphrasing, meron tayong summarizing, meron tayong referencing, meron tayong quoting. Okay, quoting, yung talang direct na pagkuha, yung pag-quote kung ano yung sinabi ng author. Yun ang gagamitin natin. Okay, itong paraphrasing, okay, may samples dyan. Itong summarizing, may samples dyan. Okay? In the poem Harlem, the author claimed that the person may feel disappointed when dream deferred, for he questioned the reader's feelings about withholding dreams. What happens to a dream deferred? So that is paraphrasing. Paraphrase niya. Andyan yung thought, but iniba yung pagka-deliver, pagka-construct ng ating mga words diyan, paglaro ng ating mga words saka ang ating text, sentences saka paragraphs. Summarizing is making it shorten from lengthy. Okay, the movie Seven Sundays, 2017 is a heartwarming story and shows the importance of family in our lives. So the movie tells about the Bonifacio siblings who were reunited because of their father who was mistakenly diagnosed with cancer. So it presently the different struggles of their lives and how they were able to overcome them. Okay, so referencing is another statement that is the Department of Education tour ensures the delivery of quality education and safety of the learners in the open of classes for this school year amidst COVID-19 pandemic, as stated in the DepEd Order Number 7 Series of 2020 on DepEd. Okay, school calendar and activities for school year 2020 to 2021, paragraph 2 and 3. Quoting naman is, yun yung referencing. Ang quoting naman is, okay, tingnan nyo, may quotation dyan. Langston, Hugh, no, described fur dreams as if they stink like rotten meat. So, naka-quoted, quotation talaga, merong quotation. In his poem, where he suggests an unpleasant image, giving me feeling of resentment, he also ends the poem with a line, or does it exclude? That made me think of a person who boils over in anger. That is quoting. Okay? Balikan natin na, summarizing, paraphrasing, referencing, and quoting. Remember that textual evidences validate and strengthen your writings, showing that you read and understand a text. Okay, what's more? So let's have an activity. Okay, read the text below, identify the assertion made with the author, and textual evidences used to strengthen his arguments. Write your answer on a diagram provided. I'll be reading to you the text. So this is meron tayong source dito kung saan natin kinuha yung text. Okay, start. It is commonplace to say that nationalism is one of the most potent factors in the cultural development of a people. Love of one's own is essential in the equipment of all truly civilized human beings. It is the only safe and sensible basis for the appreciation of things that pertain to others. Only those who truly love their own country and feel their tradition, history, and destiny can develop sincere interest in and admiration for the tradition, history, and destiny of other countries' peoples. Only they can become genuine cosmopolites or citizens of the world. That is from S.P. Lopez, Return to the Primitive. Okay, so that is all our text. Okay, so let's proceed now. What is your assertion? And what is your textual evidence? Okay, so let's try in this way. For the assertion or claim, nationalism is one of the most potent factors in the cultural development of a people. Okay, that is our assertion and our claim. What about our textual evidence? Okay, makikita natin doon sa ating text, only those who truly love their country and people, their tradition, history, and destiny can develop sincere interest in and admiration for the tradition, history, and destiny of other countries' peoples. That is our textual evidence. We have our assertion and we have our textual evidence na nakabase lang sa ating text. Okay? So, you got it, class? So I do hope you're now following with my activities. What I have learned. Hmm. Reflect on what you have learned in this lesson by completing the diagram. This would be our diagram. What were your thoughts or ideas about the principles of textual evidence prior to this discussion of the lesson? I thought, okay, ano bang prior? Kung to say, hindi pa natin ni-discuss ang ating lesson. So, I thought, so ilagay nyo dyan sa inyong module kung ano ba ang inyong mga uh, diwa o ano ba inyong mga nalalaman o ano ba ang inyong mga ano ito learning before about textual evidence, ilagay niyo diyan sa inyong I thought. Okay, that is our first question. What about our second question? What new or additional ideas did you learn after taking up this lesson? Ngayon, kung ano naman yung mga na-learn ninyo. Di ba kanina, ano yung mga kaalaman o ano ba yung mga bagay na nalaman nyo na o meron na kayo mga prior knowledge before the lesson no na discuss. Dito is after the lesson. I learned that. Kaya ano ba ang inyong mga nalalaman? Okay, ng ating, ano bang ating topic? It's, okay, about textual evidences. Okay. And now, okay, let's proceed now. So, what I can do, part pa rin ng inyong module. Prove your response to the question. Are you ready for a new normal? Write your answers on the given quadrants below. This is now the quadrant and your what I can do in your module. We have to state your question. Okay. You have your evidences of your opinion. We have also write your responses or opinion about the question. And we have you use your own words and thoughts to explain what the evidence means. Okay, that is prove it and that is, are you ready for the new normal? Okay, so what you're going to do is to write all there your information based in our quadrants questions. Okay, I do hope class you get now or you're following with me. You get the instructions. Now, let's have the assessment. Analyze the paragraph and answer the following questions. Write it in your sheet of paper. Okay, so I have here a story. So this is a short story. A while ago, no, same a while ago, okay? I discussed to you. Okay, after work, Doming takes off his money boots at the doorstep. Titas would check if the boots were placed on its rack. He then places his soiled clothes in a laundry basket and places his toolbox in the cabinet. She tells him to freshen up before eating dinner. Then Doming goes straight to the shower. Dita set the table while waiting for him and dines with him afterwards. Okay, that is our short story. Okay, about Doming and his wife, Vitas. Question now, what type of work does Doming do? A lawyer. B, a doctor. C, a garbage collector. D, a construction worker. Go, go, go. What is your answer, Elena, Zinaida, Golda? We have also Marjorie. What is your answer for number one? What type of work does Doming do? The correct answer for number one is, tignan natin. Try to answer. Try to answer. Go, go, go. The correct answer for number one is letter D. Okay, a construction worker. All right, so for number two, let's start for number two. Based on the text, how would you know Paul works in construction? A, he has tools. B, he wears a hat. D, he goes to shower upon coming home. D, his boots are muddy and his clothes are soiled. Okay, what's your answer, Elena? What is your answer, Marjorie? What is your answer, Zinaida? Go, go, go. Answer right now with our question number two. Go, go, go. The correct answer for number two is, okay, according to Elena, it's number one is D. Tama, Elena. Number two is letter D. Letter D. The correct answer is number two is letter D. Number three, what type of person is Alice? A carefree and calm. B, sad and angry. C, messy and sloppy. D, meticulous and organized. Okay, according to Elena, number two is D. Very good. Go, 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 Elena, for the win. Marjorie, Golda, Zinaida, where are you? Elmer, go, answer lang kay John. Tingnan natin for number three. The correct answer for number three is, yeah, letter D. Very good. Meticulous and organized. Number four, what type of relationship do Domeng and Ditas have? A, they were colleagues. B, they are neighbors. C, they are brother and sister. D, they are husband and wife. Ayan, the correct answer for this is, okay, as what I've said no a while ago, meron na siyang wife, no? Wife si Ditas. So ang answer dito is, they are husband and wife. Very good. Okay, Elena. Very good, Elena. All right. So that's it, our assessment. And for your additional activities, write a persuasive paragraph on any topic that interests you. You may include either your assertion or a counterclaim on your chosen topic and cite textual evidences to support your opinion. The rubric in the previous activity may still be used for this writing task. Okay, this is now a rubric. Okay, tingnan natin dyan ha. Meron tayong textual evidence, meron tayong content and structure. We have also grammar and punctuation. All in all, we have 12 points. And whatever yung score is, no, pagpasa nyo sa inyong teacher, check yan base ng ating rubric. Okay, so again, very good. Thank you so much, Elena. Thank you so much, Zinaida, Golda. We have also Elmer. We have also Marjorie. We have also, sino pa dito? Annabelle, Diyuhoy. And we have also Elmer, Lee Marcos. Sige, kita-kita tayo ulit ng ating session for this subject, reading and writing skills. Again, never stop learning, okay?